Hi, I'm Mayce.
And I'm Missy.
We're best friends
and business partners. And each week, we're going to bring you a quote that inspires us, and we're going to talk about it.
Join us as we break down our favorite impactful messages for leadership and share how you can apply them to lead with confidence and purpose.
Get ready for a fun and authentic journey into leadership, life, and everything in between.
Well, hey, bestie.
Hey, bestie.
Happy podcast day.
Same to you. We can't banter much today because it's so good. And I also feel like today's episode, Mayce, is close to your heart.
It is. And I suppose once we introduce our guest, those that have been listening to us for a while and know a little bit about my family, I think that they're going to understand why it's close to my heart.
All right, so here we go. So our guest today is Mr. Chelo Alonzo, and he is really special.
He is.
Thank you.
In leadership and real estate. But the reason I announced him like I did, which was probably
we should have said
not great.
In the red corner.
Yes, we should have. We should have. But Chelo is a 4-time Hall of Famer inducted into the Florida Boxing Hall of Fame, USA Martial Arts Hall of Fame, the International Martial Arts Hall of Fame, in India, and the Indiana Boxing Hall of Fame. And just this past year, y'all, which is amazing, that has happened. And Chelo also is actively involved in the boxing community, contributing insight and experience to the sport at a professional level. He's a pro. And so he's also, you cannot introduce him without talking about what a huge family man he is. I know that's the most important thing in his life. So welcome,
Thank
Chelo.
you for having me.
Yes.
Thank you for having me.
Here.
Chelo, I just want to make sure, I mean, you had a long list of accolades. I want to make sure that we didn't leave anything out. So if there's anything else about you that you want our listeners to know, please go ahead and let them know.
No, you guys hit it.
We got it all. Okay.
You guys got it all.
Yes.
All right, good. Well, we're really so grateful that you said, yes to being here. So I say, let's get to the quote so we could talk about it. And this one is from the most famous guy or gal. We don't know, right? Because it's anonymous. So here is the quote. Leadership is not about the title, the spotlight, or the applause. It's about the standard you live by when no one is clapping and when no one is checking on you.
It's so good because it hits hard. No pun intended.
No, it is.
No pun intended there.
Right, no pun intended. But if you have ever led in high-pressure environments where results matter, preparation matters, and excuses, they just do not matter. Right?
Yeah. I mean, the reality is no one cares if you get knocked down, right? It really is about your character, especially when times are tough. Okay, so you two. So we're going to talk about it. Chelo, what are your thoughts when you think about this quote? I'm going to say it again. Okay. Leadership is not about the title, the spotlight, or the applause. It's about the standard you live, basically, when no one is clapping for you. So what do you think about it?
What I think about that, it's very self-explanatory in my personal opinion. Leadership, for example, I believe that in leadership, based on that and that quote, is just you live by action. You lead by action.
Yes.
You just, honestly, it's just to lead. You just don't point fingers and say, hey, do this, do this, do this.
Yeah.
If you lead and you describe and you're proactive in what you're teaching or what you're trying to lead, you have better followers.
Yeah.
And in order to be the best leader that you can possibly be, you have to be willing to be the best follower. The most important thing about that statement is who are you following?
That's so good.
That is really good. I like that.
All right. So, Chelo, obviously, right, in combat sports, standards are like non-negotiable. So how did discipline show up for you long before you started winning and getting all of this great recognition you've been getting?
Yeah, like how do you discipline yourself? Like what things do you do?
Wanting to be better for myself and realizing through my life journeys that nothing's handed to you. No one's going to do anything for you. And I feel that no one's going to do anything for you, or people do things for you until you're the age of 18. After the age of 18, you're on your own. So if you look at life from a perspective that you have to do what you need to do for yourself, because ain't no one going to do anything for you. I'm going to be 49 years old. So everything that I do it because I need to do it for myself. If I want to lead, I have to lead by example. If I'm going to speak, I have to speak with example. Everything I do is an example of who I am in life.
Yeah, I love
And
that.
that's how, for me, I continue to grow. And one of the biggest things that to whoever's listening, we all talk about how much we grow and a growth moment. But what I've realized in the past, and I'm going to be honest, in the past like 3 years, especially the last 3 months for me, I'm actually catching the growing moments that I'm going through at this moment. So what I've learned at this point in my life is to continue to run off that wave, to continue to grow, because I'm actually seeing the growing moments in my life at this point.
Yeah,
So
you're
I'm just
having an
running with it.
awareness.
Yes,
Like you're
Yeah.
more in
awareness is the
tune.
right word. Yes,
Yeah.
awareness
Love
is the right word.
it.
You're in
Love
tune.
that. Love
How do
that.
you think, Cello, how do you think being in combat sports has prepared you for leadership? Like even leading your family? What's the direct
The connection,
the
really. Yeah.
connection of combat sports and leadership?
So the combat sport is one-on-one. You can't depend on nobody but yourself. You have to have discipline that when you're in, whether you're kickboxing, UFC, or boxing like I do, I can't blame nobody but myself. The most important thing is to have a team that you can depend on, but that discipline comes from you. Again, my trainers could say, hey, do this, but if I don't do it, there's no discipline.
Right.
So the discipline is them trusting me as the athlete for me to be able to do what they know I can do. That's why they joined the team. So when I step in that ring, I do what I need to do in order to win and be who I've become from boxing.
Are you
Love
still
it.
boxing or you're retired?
Nope, I'm retired. I'm actually doing commentating.
Yep.
Yes.
I've done 4 shows this year. Next year, I'm scheduled to do 5 shows with Starfight Productions here
Okay.
in the Tampa Bay area with P. Fernandez and Ali Terra. They were the first ones to give me an opportunity. And I also do commentating for Phil Alessi's boxing promotions.
Fantastic. Okay, so I have just this random question about boxing off of what you just asked, Macy. So you're not in the ring anymore, so to speak, competing, but do you still like to get in the ring and put on the gloves and kind of play around with it? Or when you're done, you're done? Like, how does that work for a boxer?
I could tell you if I go to a gym or I'm that's my element.
Okay.
When my wife, when I'm in the boxing events or anything that I'm doing, she just lets me be because that's my world. That's
Yeah,
my most
absolutely.
comfortable, that's my most comfortable space. And
Yeah.
I love it. I put on the gloves, I start moving. But other than that, I have not,
You should look, Cello, because my husband runs the police athletic league here locally, and we have a former champion that is a boxing coach for the kids, John Ruiz. You should look if it's something that you have a heart to serve, which we know that you do. You should look and see if there's a boxing program that you could. All he does is coach the kids. Like it's not total combat, but it's a way for you to get in the ring and keep going and.
no,
Yeah.
100%.
Live in that passion place.
And I have the opportunity to do it here in Hernando County. But my problem is I have not committed to that because I have a brokerage.
Right.
I have many agents. I have 34, 35 agents.
Wow.
And this is what consumes me at
Sure.
this time. And my problem is I won't commit to a kid when I know I can't commit.
Oh.
And the worst thing to do,
Yes.
and the worst thing to do is tell a kid, hey,
I'll
I'm
be
going to
there.
be here on this day and I'm not there.
Right.
So I'd rather not be there at all
Yeah.
to not disappoint any kids or any parents, and that's the true reason why I'm not in the boxing gym at this point in my life.
Not
Because I
wanting
do
to
not
disappoint the kids.
Yeah.
I love that.
And
I
that
think that's
takes discipline.
commendable.
Yeah,
Yes.
it
And I
does.
think
Discipline.
that's leadership, right? That's being
Yeah.
able to say, I can't give right now, so I'm not going to disappoint people. Let me ask you this. You mentioned that you do some commentary. How do you think that's changed your perspective on leadership? Because now you're observing from the outside the ring instead of inside. So
Looking from the outside in.
Right. How has being a commentary changed your perspective on what you used to do and how you lead? I mean, I would think that it's very different.
It's different, but it's also fun. And it's fun because, as you know, you come from a boxing background.
Yeah.
And when you're watching the fights at home, you'll hear your husband,
Oh,
he
yeah.
should have done this. And he
Yeah.
threw a jab, he threw a
Oh,
left
yeah.
hook, or he needs to double jab, he needs to pivot. Don't go straight back. So it's for me, I don't think is the discipline has helped me to get comfortable in something that I knew I wasn't comfortable in.
Yeah.
But as much as I've done it now, I'm just getting, and I'm not perfect. I'm comfortable, but it's not, I wouldn't say there's discipline. The discipline is making sure you show up and know what you're going to talk about. I think that's the discipline part. But other than that, it's the opportunity to have fun with your co-host and talk about the sport that you love.
And just be in the moment,
and
right?
be in the moment. Be in the moment.
Love that.
Correct.
Okay, so I'm curious. So what advice would you give leaders who want high performance, right? They want to be the champion, so to speak, but they're unwilling to enforce or model high standards for themselves. Like their excuses get in the way.
That's good.
There's no leadership there. There's no leadership there because at the end of the day, you can't say what you want someone to do if you don't have your foot in the game.
Yeah.
And whatever, it don't even have to be boxing. It could be anything. You cannot lead without you showing them.
Let me ask you this, and this is kind of a piggyback and kind of along the lines of what you're saying. I am sure that there were times when you had to fight or you had to go train that you're like, I don't want to do it. But you were committed to doing it. So what was, or maybe still is, a non-negotiable for you that got you in the ring even when you didn't want to? Like, what's that non-negotiable standard that you set for yourself?
That's a great question.
Wanting to become a champion.
So it's a champion's mindset.
It's a champion's mindset. And,
love that.
And if I get deep in my career, I didn't have the finances. I didn't have, I struggled growing up. And when I say struggled, and the reality is because of the choices I made. So I had to deal with the hand that I dealt myself. So I won't sit here and say this, I've been through a lot, but that's the reality. And one of the things I wanted to do was always make my mom happy. So I started I told her, I'm going to win Golden Gloves for you. And I remember talking to her on the phone, Mom, I'm going to fight. I had the last fight where you go there, do everything you got to do. I won Golden Gloves. And then I told her, I'm going to become a champion. And in 2003, I won the WBA. And when I won that title, I didn't do it for me. I just did it. I had natural power. I was strong. I was cocky. I was just good at that time. I broke my ankle. And when I broke my ankle, I retired for 8 years. And I remember I was 33 going on 34 years old. And I'm watching boxing with my son. And we're watching Oscar De La Hoya fight. And my son goes, Papi, you should get back into boxing. I said, son, I'm not getting back into boxing. I'm old. My son goes, so you're going to be the person that you're raising us not to be. I said, what is that?
Oh,
not to be a what-if person. I've always say don't be a what-if person. So my son hit me with my own words. I kid you not, that week I started training. I was 295 pounds. I dropped weight in like 6-7 months, dropped down and did a comeback fight and then fought for the Florida State title. And I won the Florida State title on 11-11-11.
Oh my gosh.
Going back to what you were saying, that was the discipline within me. And this time I did it for me because now I had to prove to me so I could prove to my son that for the first time, I actually seen that I was his hero.
Yes,
because
that is legacy right there, Chelo.
Correct.
That is legacy.
So not for my son to tell me and use my same words,
right?
That I
They're
raised
watching.
them.
That's right.
And I'm like, I can't be that what if. And I came back and I won the Florida State title, and and I retired after I lost the fight after that. But the point is that I'm never gonna say what if.
Yeah.
Because I did it,
Oh my
and
God,
I became a 2-time boxing champion.
That is, Mike. How old were you when you first started boxing?
I was 7 years old. And I started in Aguadilla, Puerto Rico, with my uncle. My uncle was my idol, may he rest in peace. And I always wanted to be him. Like, he was just everything to me. So my mom sent me out there because he, in the beginning part of my life, he helped my mom, raise me for a short period because they were, brothers and sisters.
Yeah.
So she sent me out there for like a year, and that's when I started. And I got into boxing, not because I wanted to. I got into boxing because I went to Puerto Rico, and I thought because, I'm half Puerto Rican, my real dad's from Honduras. So I figured, man, they're going to love me. I'm in Puerto Rico. I'm Puerto Rican. It wasn't like that. So now we got bullying, now the term is bullying. Back then, it was either you were a punk or you had to defend yourself. So I've always, and I come from Newark, New Jersey, so I always knew how to protect myself. So I was fighting literally every single day because the kids in Puerto Rico, I didn't really, my Spanish wasn't so fluent like theirs. I spoke English. I went to school. So my grades in English was A's. I was struggling in Spanish, so they would make fun of me. Then they would get mad at me because I was getting A's in English. So they would tell me, you're from the United States. You're not like us. And I just had to do all that. So I was fighting every day. Then my great-grandfather told my uncle he has to go back to New Jersey or we're going to have to do something. So my uncle takes me to the boxing gym in Aguadilla, which was by the beach at that time. And he put me to spar this kid. The kid was like 12, 13 years old. I was 7 years old.
Wow.
And this kid had probably like 20-some amateur fights. He was a big kid. But anyway, I went in there and I dropped him in the first round. I never been in there. Don't ask me how. I dropped him.
Your uncle was like, we're on to something, Chelo.
Let's sign this kid up. Yes.
I dropped him. But then after that, I dropped him in the beginning, but after that, I took a beating from this kid, but I didn't quit.
Yeah.
And I fell in love with the sport.
Oh my God.
That's literally how it happened.
I literally could listen to these stories all day. I know.
Literally, that's how it happened.
Well, I just have a question, just an inquiring minds want to know type question. Who is like your favorite like boxer of all time? Like, who do you think is the greatest boxer that ever lived that I would know?
So, I mean, we can go back in history. I wasn't part of that history, but there's so many. There's so many great fighters.
If you had to name one.
For me, I'm gonna have to say, it's just a lot, but I would have to say Manny Pacquiao. Manny Pacquiao.
Oh, I don't even know that name.
Yeah.
Oof, you don't know. Don't say that out loud.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's so
that's
funny.
a name. That's a name. Like you were thinking more like Muhammad Ali.
Right, yeah, and that's what I was going to say.
Yeah.
Like, Macy, we've never even really talked about this, but my daddy loved boxing. So I guess I kind of have a background with boxing. Like, I know it's immersed a part of your family, but I can remember those Muhammad Ali fights when I was young and Sugar Ray Leonard.
Yeah.
No, those are all great. Those are amazing fighters.
My dad loved Sugar Ray more than Muhammad Ali. I don't know why.
I mean, but we got Roberto Duran. You got Oscar De La Hoya. You got Felix Trinidad.
I know that.
You got Muhammad Ali. You got Joe Louis. One of my favorites is Rocky Marciano.
Yep. I've heard that name.
Okay. I mean, so I can go on and on, but what I was saying was for me growing up and me being able, not watching videos from back then, I would say Manny Pacquiao.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I was able to watch Roberto Duran. And Roberto Duran's daughter is one of my best friends. Dalia Duran.
Oh, that's cool.
That's awesome.
I talk to her every day.
That's amazing.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, we could go on and on, right?
Yes,
but
we could.
Time is running short, so we're going to move to our takeaway for the week. Listeners, if you only take one thing away from this episode, let it be this. Standards, discipline is not something you turn on and off. The moment a leader cuts corners behind the scenes, similar to what Chelo was talking about with his son, your team is going to feel it, right? Culture isn't shaped by what you say one time. It's shaped by how you show up over and over again.
Yes, that is so good. I love that. And I would also say true leadership and character are built long before the results show up. I mean, Chelo's talking about how he was showing up at 7 years old. So when leaders honor the standard that they choose to live by daily, trust follows, performance improves, productivity increases, and respect becomes earned rather than demanded. So don't be a what if person. Well, guys, this has been amazing.
It's been so good.
We knew it would be. We knew it would be. So Chelo, thank you so much.
Thank you. I want to say one thing.
Yeah, of course.
The biggest thing in life, in my personal opinion, the biggest excuse is yourself. And we've all made excuses, because if I sat here and said I never had an excuse, I'm lying. No, we've all made excuses. But where I'm at now, and the point of my life for years now, I have no excuse, because I'm not an excuse. If I say I'm going to do something, I'm going to do it, because I know no one's going to do it for me.
That's right.
That's character. That's how you show up.
So, Chelo, if our listeners want to follow along on your journey, follow you, what's the best way for them to do that?
Facebook. Facebook is Jose Alonzo, and then you could put in parentheses Chelo, Chelo. You'll find me there.
Okay,
Instagram,
and we'll put it in our show notes too. Go ahead.
Instagram is Chelo_Alonzo. LinkedIn is Chelo Alonzo, and TikTok is Chelo Alonzo.
Oh, I think you might be our first guest who's mentioned TikTok.
You are our first TikToker. We're not on TikTok, but we'll make sure that we...
I like TikTok.
Yeah, we'll make sure that we get everything in our show notes, because I have a feeling you have a few more fans now. Some Mpactful Messages.
Oh, that'll be great. But I want to say thank you to you girls or ladies. I didn't mean it, girls, and
No,
we'll take
girls.
We'll
Girls work.
And it's like we never missed a beat from when I first met you guys.
That's
you know what I mean? So it's like
you just pick right up.
Yeah, and it was a comfortable podcast. You guys are doing great. I'm super proud.
Thank you.
And I'm grateful for the opportunity to be on your platform. So thank you so much.
We're grateful that you're here with us. We have one more question to ask you. We ask this of all of our guests.
Every one of them.
So what is your favorite leadership quote? If you could choose one quote, what would it be?
You know what? I have a lot of them. But one that I don't know if I made it up, or I always say, let's make today better than yesterday and tomorrow better than today.
Oh.
And the reason I say that is because if you smile 10 times today, why can't you smile 12 times tomorrow? Small goals will lead to big goals. So
I love that.
So that's one of my...
I want to give your kids a shout out. How many kids do you have?
So I have two. My son is 31.
Okay.
His name is Jose Alonzo.
Okay.
My daughter is Naija Wadi, because she's been married to my son-in-law. And then my wife and I, we have a blended family. So I have 4 kids. Xavier Ramos and Annalise Morales. So, they're huge. And got 6 grandkids. One's in heaven. And so we have 5.
I just know how important family is to you.
Oh, family to me is everything. So
it's everything.
So my grandson is Jose the Third.
Okay.
Jose the Third. So I'm grateful for that. Jose the Third. We have Anaya. We have my granddaughter Lou, and we have our grandson Stephen, and our youngest is Arlo.
And what do they call you?
Lelo.
Poppy? Oh,
Lelo.
Lelo. Lelo for Chelo and Abuelo, because Abuelo's grandpa.
Oh, I love that.
So my father-in-law, who is also in heaven, his name was Cirillo, but they called him Lilo.
Lilo, yeah.
Yeah.
So
and then, go ahead.
No, and my wife is Lela. Lela.
Oh, Lela, yeah.
For Abuela.
We call my husband's mother Bella, and we called my husband's grandmother, who was my kid's great grandmother, Bis for bisabuela. So we're right there.
Yeah, bisabuela.
We're right there
So
with you.
and it's funny because the Spanish culture, there's so many Jose's in my family, but we all go by nicknames. Like I'm Chelo, my son's Bebo, my uncle was Jose, which I got his name. They call him Jungo. My cousin's Jose, they call him Joey. And then my grandson, Jose, we call him King.
That is all right. I'm jumping in here on the grandparent talk.
We gotta get.
No, I'm jumping in because y'all are sharing all that. So, Chelo, my oldest son just remarried, and she is lovely and has a beautiful 4-year-old daughter. So I'm officially like a grandparent myself.
That's right. Absolutely.
And my grandparent name, are you ready for it, Chelo?
Talk to me.
Sassy.
Oh, I like it.
I'm sassy.
It fits you. It fits you. It fits you,
Missy. All right, we went off on a tangent, but this has been such a great episode. Just want to ask our listeners, do you have a favorite leadership quote? Send it our way, and we may spotlight it on a future episode.
And we'll be back next week with another quote and more leadership insights. And you know what we're going to do? We're gonna talk about it. Thank you so much, Chelo.
This has been awesome.
Boom, boom, boom,
Thank
baby.
You.
Yes,
boom, boom. Bye, bestie.
God bless you guys.
Bye. Thank you for listening. If you're enjoying this show, please show us some love by clicking the 3 dots to download the podcast, leave us a 5-star rating on your podcast app, and talk about it with other leaders to help them find the show from any of the major podcast apps. We'd love for you to follow us on social media too. Mpactful with an M _ messages on Instagram and Mpactful Messages on LinkedIn.